Hey guys, welcome to my channel, Home to Inspire DIY and Decor. This is Gwen, and if you're a new, welcome, and if you're returning, thanks so much for being here. I have a quick wreath tutorial that I would like to share. This is just an easy way to put together a cute autumn wreath. This is a straw wreath that I had in my stash already. This was thrifted from a while back. So I went ahead and put it to good use, just cutting off that plastic that it comes with. Now, if you were to cover this with a ribbon and or burlap, you don't have to remove the plastic cover so that you can avoid making all that mess that the straw makes. But I did plan on having that part show just to give it more of that fall vibe. And as you can tell, all the leaves or the straw is already like coming off, which is fine, but just beware, it is very messy. So I took these stems. These are the eucalyptus stems Dollar Tree carries. I have to say that the majority, if not all of the stems and florals I will be using in this project are from the Dollar Tree, but these are primarily things that I had already in my stash. The maple leaf bunches right there with the pumpkins, I may have bought a few more extras this year, but go through your bins, go through your totes, whatever you have, and see what you can pull together to create a beautiful wreath without having to go out and buy new items. I'm sure that you can create something really nice just with the things that you might already have in your hand, in your stash. So here I just use the eucalyptus leaves as my base. That's going to be the bottom layer of this wreath just to sort of give it the foundation. And then I'm going to work my way layering on top of that just by adding like contrasting colors like those pretty oranges, the orange maple leaf colors with the pumpkins attached to it. I'm also taking some of those cream colored bunches, which I don't have technical terms for these, so I do apologize. And then I'm going to fill it in with some of these brown looking heather stems, I think is what they call it. And then right here are some hops, I believe is what they're called, or at least Dollar Tree is calling them. They're in that pretty sort of burgundy-ish or berry looking color, just to add a little bit more contrast and variation so everything doesn't look one color or monochromatic or anything like that. Now, if you like the monochromatic look or that's the look you're going for, it's also a pretty look, but I'm trying to go for more of a variegated look in this wreath. So I did forget to mention for the orange maple leaf with the pumpkins, I did not cut the individual stems off of the full bunch. I kept it simple just by splitting the bunch in half, like bending it in opposite directions, and then I will be using some zip ties to attach those and all the pieces to this wreath form. I did cut down the eucalyptus stem because it was pretty long, and also all the other filler florals that I added, they were cut off from the original bouquet as well, just so that it's easier to spread them out and pop them into different parts of this wreath as needed. So the only thing I kept attached was the center part of this wreath, which is the orange maple leaves. Again, I just wanted to keep that part simple just by splitting it down in half, just bending the stems in opposite directions. And here, as you can tell, if throughout the video, I do have an additional pair of hands here. This is my daughter. She is helping me with this wreath. It's a project for her actually. So we decided, we're going to do this together. And it was pretty fun just getting to make this wreath with her. So that's the reason why you see additional hands in this video. I'm also taking some of this, what looks like corn husk. They came from a stem. I believe those ones are from Hobby Lobby. We cut off individual parts or pieces from that particular stem and use like these corn husk looking pieces. Again, just for added texture and give it more depth and dimension. And it's really nice to just kind of go in and stand back and see where you need to add certain things and colors just for balance. And, just when making a wreath, it's good to take your time and just kind of see exactly where there might be an area that might be sparse and needs to be filled, or where there might be a section that has less color balance than the other side, if that makes any sense. So that you can go and add, specific types of stems or wreaths to the opposing areas, just so that everything looks balanced and symmetrical, at least, if that's the look that you're going for. So we did use some hot glue for the smaller things that we added, like those corn husks, and maybe for like the other little fillers, just added a little bit of hot glue here and there, because those ones don't have stems long enough to attach with the zip tie that I use for the majority of the longer stems in this wreath. The next thing we're doing here is adding a bow. Now, I'm not a bow expert or anything by any means. I'm doing this just however it comes to my mind as far as how to make a bow, and just sort of experimenting. I took this burlap ribbon. This is from the Dollar Tree. And all I did was, as you could see, just sort of folded the ribbon on one end, just leaving a tail, and started to loop my ribbon back and forth until I got this look right here. Now, this is wired ribbon, so it is easy to fluff out once everything has been attached. So I'm not too concerned at the moment if things are looking flat or they don't look balanced or even, because later on I will go ahead and arrange it the way it has to look. So I did dovetail the edges as well, just for the extra added touch. And how I'm going to attach this is just by using a piece of twine, which I will be wrapping around the ribbon, the front of the ribbon, and then tying it to the back of the wreath. You can also hot glue it down, but because there's so many things going on, like the florals and everything, sometimes it's hard to get that good flat area where you can actually hot glue the bow into place. So it's easier to just use either wire if you have it, or use a piece of jute twine, or just a piece of string, just like this. And then I did add a little dot of hot glue just for added reinforcement. And here is the bow after it's been attached. Again, this is wired ribbon, so I'm just gonna go ahead and fluff it out as needed. And this is the final look of this pretty autumn wreath. I love how it came out. I think this screams fall with all of the beautiful autumn colors incorporated into this pretty wreath, especially with that straw wreath base. I think that definitely sealed the deal. I hope you guys liked this video. If you enjoy this type of content, please give me a thumbs up. Please hit that subscribe button down below. Turn on your notifications to all so you never miss a single upload. Thanks so much for being here. I will catch you in my next one.